Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another success interview for Amazon FBA, and today I'm going to be interviewing MJ and Taylor. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Thank you very much.
Super happy to have you guys on. So tell me, how did you guys get started with Amazon, and when was this? How long ago was this?
So whenever we first started talking about this, it was probably in the middle of 2019, and he and I have both been into finance and just researching different things. We were both looking for something that would give us some like passive income, and I think we were having a drink, and I brought up FBA to him, and we started talking about that. And he told me that a while back he had actually purchased your course, but hadn't actually pulled the trigger. And so we just decided to go in it together. I know it's totally possible to do it with just one person, but we've definitely seen some benefits to doing it with a partner.
Honestly, having the accountability with both people really helps you drive forward. It helps you, learn the process a lot more.
So MJ, were you the one that found out about Amazon FBA? You found out about the opportunity first, and then you joined Econ Freedom?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I was looking really for new revenue streams, right, for passive income and things like that. And Amazon FBA is really one of those passive income streams, which is truly passive. People do day trading and things like that, but with those passive income streams, you actually have to be hands-on all the time. With FBA, I found that there's not as much work that needs to be done once the product is out there. So it's one of those truly passive income streams. And once I saw, your course, I decided to buy it. Got Taylor involved after that.
And when did you join?
That would have been probably summer of 2019, around then. And then we really started diving into it around like September of 2019, into watching all the videos.
And then, so September 2019, and then you purchased in the summer. And then were you guys friends from before?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we both had the same mindset of, finding passive income streams. So it only made sense to have a business partner that was just as excited about, getting into it.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I don't think that I would have actually jumped, head first into this type of market if it wasn't for having somebody to help me, just through the whole process and to actually go forward with it. And it's definitely worked out. So yeah.
Nice. So MJ, you found out about Amazon and then you joined the course. I'm assuming you probably were watching a ton of YouTube videos. That's how you found my videos, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then, so once you joined, then you started watching the course, and then you decide. Well, I guess you told Taylor about it, right?
Yeah, he told me about like I was saying, I came up and mentioned FBA to him, and that's whenever I found out that MJ had already been looking into it. And after he told me that that he got your course, we both just started watching it pretty religiously after that.
What made you guys want to partner up instead of doing each your own separate Amazon businesses?
That's a good question. I think just because we were friends to begin with, and we both shared that same mindset of wanting to find a passive income stream, we were just bouncing ideas off of each other, right? So we were, from a daily basis, just talking to each other about what we could potentially do, how things work. And at that point, we were already so intertwined, with that business relationship that it made sense to just push forward and join a business together.
Yeah, and also with your first product, there is some money you have to up front because of that. At least with our first product, we were able to kind of split everything. Not that that's totally necessary for everybody, but it at least helped us with some peace of mind that we were both going in this together and both had the same risk. And I'm not sure that I would have done it if it wasn't for partnering up with him. And I think it's the same vice versa.
So it made it a lot easier on the startup capital.
Yes. Yeah. And not just from the capital side, but also just bouncing ideas off one another, right? So when it comes to box design, sticker design, labels, how to contact different manufacturers, it was really beneficial having someone else to kind of bounce ideas off of and, get their feedback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think that's why the first product was so successful, is just because we were able to bounce those ideas off.
So your first product was successful?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by so successful, what was it, what numbers are we talking about?
In revenue, I think we said monthly, that was
monthly about average 35,000 a month.
Wow.
First product.
So 35K a month in sales. What kind of margin were you guys doing on that product?
33%.
33%. Well, that's great because it's just under, it's 10K, right? Just under. ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, with the first year, we had about 430,000 in revenue.
Yeah. This was in 2019, right?
This would be all of 2020.
2020.
So our first product was actually released in February of last year. So February of last year, 2020.
Yeah. Nice.
We were able to become net profitable before that year mark, which was awesome. I think like right whenever we hit our year mark, we actually started withdrawing some money for ourselves. Even though we became net profitable in 2020, we still wanted to like build up like a safety net in our bank account. And the idea behind that was just to save up enough money that if we needed to reorder all three of our products at the same time, we'd be able to cover that. And so once we hit that mark, we started withdrawing for ourselves right at the year mark. But it was nice to start the business and become net profitable within that first year.
So you guys, I mean, you went from like the numbers that you're talking about, going from 0 to, we said 400 and something revenue in that year, right? That's why I say e-commerce is the best business you can start, obviously, because what other business can you start? How much did you guys start with? Like your startup capital, how much was your first order?
Oh, the first order, I think it was 10,000.
I think it was around 10,000. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys went for the higher starting cost, basically.
Yeah, I think we had about 2,000 units to start with.
Is there a reason why you decided to go straight for 10K? Because usually, I definitely didn't start with 10K. I only had like a few thousand. My first order was 1,800. So on my first successful product, which wasn't my first product, your first product was successful. So then, yeah, is there a reason why 10K?
We were just trying to make sure that the amount of inventory that we were sending in on the first shipment was going to be enough to get a good idea if it was going to be a good product or not.
That's a big risk. It was 2,000 units?
2,000 units. Yeah, I mean, we were doing research for the competitors saying how much they were selling roughly per month. And we knew that, it takes 30 days to manufacture, 30 days to ship it by sea. So if it did sell well, we'd be out of stock for a little while. That definitely is a risk though, right? It's a risk that we were willing to take.
I want to say we still ran out of stock just because, it was a learning process. And even though we were selling so well, we kind of underjudged how long it would take to get more product to it, and at the same time our sales were ramping up. And so even though we calculated that, okay, cool, like this amount of inventory should last us a month and a half, our sales kept increasing, so that month and a half turned into like 3 weeks.
So wait, you ran out of stock in how long? A month, you said?
Yeah, about
a month and a half.
Wow.
Month and a half we ran out of stock.
And you were out of stock for a while after that because you were waiting for the other order, right?
Yeah, I think we still got that shipment or that new order in pretty quick. So we were only out of stock for like a couple weeks, it looks like. And then luckily with that one, we placed a huge order.
How huge are we talking?
Yeah, about 8,000 units, like 800 or so.
Oh, like $40,000 basically.
Yeah, it was a lot more.
As far as the capital that we put up front total, I think total it was like 40,000 whenever it was over and done with, but that was also including these other products that we were working.
So you launched the first product, you sold out of that product, and then for your second product order, you put up another 30 for the 8,000 or the 8,000 units, right? So that's how much it was, yeah. All right, so you did 400K in 2020, and that's obviously, it's huge. I mean, you started with 10K. That's significantly more than most people would start. Do you think, just an opinion question, what do you think? Do you think that it's necessary to start with that much, or do you think you can start with lower?
No, I mean, you can definitely start with lower. It's just going to take longer to ramp up.
Yeah.
So you can definitely get there, but one of the problems we're having right now with the Amazon restrictions is the low amount of inventory that you're allowed to send for a new product. And so, let's say that right now it's 200. You start up this new product and it sells really well. Let's say really, really well, and you sell out in 2 weeks. Now you're out of inventory for, if you're trying to ship from China, then you're out of inventory for like a month and a half.
It also depends, I guess, on the per unit cost of the products, right? If you're selling a product that's $100 per unit, you may need significantly more lump sum of money to begin with, as opposed to a product that you're selling for, $15, $20 on Amazon.
So, okay, so take us back to when you first started, I guess, making sales, like your first sale with your product. So it got in, you made your sale. Were there any were there any like big challenges that you had to face before, like, so the product came in? So something that happened to me with my successful product in 2017 was the inventory came in, but I didn't know how to actually start getting sales. I didn't know how to put it on page one. And so that was like my big issue. Did you have any big issues like that before like it just exploded?
Honestly, with the first product, so we followed your course to a T, and I think we did pretty well as far as like selling our first few units as soon as the products got there. So, you know, we turned on PPC.
And just started selling.
Yeah, we were selling kind of the first few days that the inventory came into stock, which was awesome.
I remember being with it whenever we checked the app and saw that we had sold 4. Like, I didn't even see the first sale. It was just straight to 4. And then, I mean, it started ramping up pretty quick after that.
Seeing the number 4 was, you know, great. We were so excited about that.
Like, it's actually working.
Yeah, exactly. And then a few weeks later, when you see you're selling 120 in a day, you know, it's absolutely unreal.
Yeah. 120. So you did what? How much money did you do in that one day?
That would have been probably like $600-700 in profit at least.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So probably like $3,500 in revenue that day, I think.
Wow. 3,000 revenue. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most we ever sold in a day. And again, this was basically from, just that one product was 170 units. And, that was like something like $1,000 or something like that in profit.
Yeah.
So 1,000 in profit in that one day.
I mean, that must have felt amazing. I remember my first $1,000 in profit.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So how has, I know that you obviously reinvested in your business, which is very good. Like most people should do that in an e-commerce business. Some people, they choose to reinvest everything in the first year. Some people, they take money out. I was the guy that started to take out money right away, basically, because I was making a lot of profit with that first successful product. And so you guys waited and then you started taking out money. How long after?
So right at a year, as far as taking money out for ourselves. But
for yourselves, yeah.
Yeah, whatever money we received from Amazon, you know, we use that money basically to buy more inventory for that product. So we're always reinvesting it for more units, basically. And we were just, you know, in that time building up our bank account. So we had a set number in our bank account, just kind of as for a buffer room, or if we needed to order a lot of stock at once. So we decided once we hit that set amount in our bank account, we would withdraw any money that was after that amount.
And what was that set amount of money?
That amount, 60 grand is what our baseline was. So anything after 60 grand in the bank account, we would start withdrawing.
Nice. So
keep in mind, within that time period, we were also investing in some other products. And so to hit that number took a decent amount of time just because we were also spending on ordering these other products as well.
And the 60 grand was just from, you know, Amazon revenue. It wasn't from us contributing to it. It was just from our sales from Amazon.
So when you started to take money out, has your lifestyle changed in any way or same as before?
Honestly, we're not trying to change our lifestyle. I think we're just trying to take that money and reinvest it in new products. You know, we're just trying to grow it as much as we can. You know, we'll see what happens from there as we introduce new products into our account and start selling more. You know, we're not trying to buy new cars or buy bigger houses or anything like that. We're just really trying to reinvest it and grow the business itself.
Nice, and that's obviously the smart thing to do. Okay, so then, so right now, it's how many products do you have in your product line, like in your brand?
In that one brand, in the first brand, 2, and then we have a third product that is a different brand that we're shipping our first shipment out within the next couple of days, actually.
And so that first brand, you went and launched the second product, and that also became a success?
Yeah, not as much as the first one, but we were also going for a little bit harder of a keyword on it, and so we definitely had to spend more in PPC initially in order to get that organic rank up.
The main struggle has been kind of the restock limit, right, for that second product. So as we were selling out, you know, we were constantly out of stock and couldn't create a shipping plan for more units. So, you know, as we received more units, we'd have to restart the PPC for that second product. So the advertising costs were kind of skyrocketing. But, you know, it's something we're working on. The sales are definitely ramping up for the second product as well.
Nice. So 400K in 2020. And then in 2021, how's it going now? Where are you guys at in terms of revenue total for your Amazon business?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know that we were out of stock for about a month this year, unfortunately. We were just selling so many of the first product. So we just became back in stock about a week and a half ago.
It's a good problem to have. And anybody who sells anything online is going to run out of stock. Like,
yeah.
Because you need units to, people don't realize it's like e-commerce is cash intensive and you're not going to make any money if you don't have units in the warehouse. So, and a lot of the times we're dependent on the supplier. Well, most of the time, and when they can get the units out and everything. So did you guys get, is it like Chinese New Year? Is that what happened? Or no, you just didn't place the order fast enough? Or
actually, Chinese New Year did affect us quite a bit.
That was part of it. But also, we just started selling even more units than we predicted. And so that kind of made us run out of stock a bit quicker. Of course, we did place an order for more units, but we probably should have done it sooner. Unfortunately, we just didn't know we'd be selling so many at that point in time.
What are you guys at now in terms of like sales per month?
Yeah, so I just saw we're at 100,000 in revenue right now for the year.
But once you get back in stock, what number is that going to go up to?
Based on the year? Or
No, not for the year, just per month. Like, what do you expect to get back to in terms of monthly revenue with your Amazon business?
Where were we at in September?
We were probably around I would hope around 40,000 a month.
40K a month.
Yeah.
Nice.
At least with the two products. Once we introduce the third product, of course, we're hoping that number goes up higher as well. So yeah, I think being out of stock we're out of stock for like a month this year about, and still having 100K in revenue is pretty awesome being in April. So yeah, once we're fully in stock, we're expecting more revenue than last year for sure.
And are you guys still working? What were you guys doing before? Did you guys have careers, jobs?
Yeah, we still have careers and jobs right now. Obviously, all of this is working towards a possibility of changing occupations. But yeah, he and I still have jobs. I'm a firefighter here locally in Dallas.
Yeah, I have a cybersecurity consultant.
Nice. So so there's usually two types of I guess success stories I see with Amazon, like people like you. So you guys get started and then you just reinvest everything and you do it the very responsible way, and then eventually there's a possibility of quitting your job. There was this. So one of our mentors in the course, Andrew Hoffman, he's also been selling for a while. So he did 1.5 million in revenue in the past year, in the past 365 days. Yeah, 1.5 million. And he actually reinvested every single penny in his first year back into his business. He was working for a company that consulted for e-commerce business, like Amazon. That's how we found out about it. And then so he quit, and then now he's just doing that full time. So, but it's cool. I mean, if you're a firefighter, you probably like your job, right?
Yeah, I love my job, and thankfully it gives me a bunch of time off in order to pursue other things. So this was kind of a no-brainer for me, and it was exactly what I was looking for as far as an idea for passive income.
Yeah, once the product's out there, you really don't have to spend a whole lot of time per month managing that product. It's really just restocking the inventory. So there's a lot of build-up doing the product research and everything like that. But once the product is in Amazon, we really don't spend a whole lot of time per month, having to manage that product specifically, which is awesome. It gives us time to do other things. I
think out of all the businesses out there, like the online businesses, I think Amazon could be the most passive. One thing that I don't believe in is really everyone wants passive income, obviously, but I don't think there's anything truly passive other than investing in the stock market or something and leaving it, right? But then you only get 7-8% a year. I think with Amazon, yeah, you're right. You build up the system, and then it's you grow. It's got like a money tree. I always use this analogy. You grow the money tree, keep watering the money tree. It's gonna, keep producing money. All right. So now that you've done 400K in 2020, and then you guys are basically doing multiple six figures per year, what are the next steps for your business? What are the big goals?
We would just like to start getting more and more products out. I think for a while there, we made a conscious decision to not pursue a new product just because of the inventory limits right now. It makes it difficult if you have a successful product to stay in stock. And I guess that's a good problem to have, but at the same time, it just slows down the success of that product.
For everybody listening right now, what Taylor's talking about is the 200 unit limit. So right now there's a 200 unit limit in Amazon, which has been there for a year since the whole global situation started last year. But that's actually going to be gone in the next few months. So by the summer, Amazon announced it's going to be gone. So, but yeah, I guess with the 200 unit limit, the solution is to, like, you can either do 3PL, you can ship the units to your house. Have you guys considered that? I mean, it's a lot of units, obviously.
Yeah, we have looked into that as well. It was pretty pricey with 3PL, but
Very.
luckily the manufacturers we're working with are able to keep some of our stock in their warehouses for free. So they're able to manufacture it, and then as we're able to ship it to Amazon, we're able to just take that existing stock and just have them ship it directly without waiting for the whole manufacturing time, which is great.
Nice. So would you have been able to do this? And obviously I want you to answer this honestly. Would you have been able to build this business to where it's at today without getting into a course, without buying a course?
Definitely not. I don't think we'd actually be motivated to get into it. You might be able to watch YouTube videos and put it together, bits and pieces, but I think having an actual course that you can follow step by step is a huge benefit, and that's really what made us motivated to get into it.
Yeah, I would not say it's impossible to do. I would say it was loads easier by having this course, and like you said, step by step, you pretty much covered every single thing possible with it. So I mean, it was more than enough information to create a successful product.
And then obviously you guys, I'm assuming you guys benefited from mentorship and you joined the calls all along, probably, right?
Yeah, definitely. So the Facebook group has been extremely beneficial. I mean, people are posting on there every 5 minutes with different questions. And honestly, even if I don't have a question I'm trying to figure out, I'll go on the Facebook group just to learn more information about what people are asking or what problems people are experiencing, because that helps our business as we encounter some of those issues as well.
Cool. So then for somebody starting, let's say, they also want to make passive income, they're new, they don't really know what they're getting into. What's your biggest advice to that person?
Well, for starters, you just have to do it. Because, that, like I said, that was one issue that we ran across. That's why he held on to the course for a little bit before actually jumping on it. And that was the benefit of having a partner. But if you're doing it by yourself, it's totally possible as well. You're just going to, like, even after watching your course, there's still going to be things that you are going to have to pick up and learn, especially the lingo whenever you're dealing with suppliers overseas. There was several things that, they would message us and we didn't fully understand what they were asking. And but once we got our first order out, it made the second one that much easier.
Most of your time on the product research itself, because the product is the most important piece of this. So don't just rush into things and push a product out there because it may not do well. So actually do your research on the product itself, because that's the centerpiece for all of this.
Is there something you would say, obviously without revealing your product, is there something you would say that really ensured success for your product? Because sometimes people launch a product, all the numbers add up, and then by the time it gets in, it's too competitive. So was there something that really ensured success for your product that prevented that from happening?
Another tip I would say is keep an open mind whenever you're doing your product research, because I think it's safe to say that I had no idea that we'd be selling our particular first product. It just, all of a sudden we came across it, and we saw that there was relatively low competition, and the top seller was killing it. And we also chose a product that was a product that people would come back and buy more. So it's not just a one-time buy. It's something that you could even get a subscription if you wanted to.
Right. They could throw it away and then have to buy more later and reuse it.
But you weren't looking for a product specifically like that. It just happened that way, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it just happened to come in our lap. And we actually get a lot of business customers because of that as well. Businesses are wanting to buy this product, and then as they go through it, they'll have to repurchase more of that product itself.
Nowadays, obviously, since you guys joined the course, there's been so many YouTubers and so many other Amazon courses that are they've come out, and obviously a lot of them are not good. So there's been this almost stereotype in the industry. A lot of people they don't trust courses. They're just like, nah, I'm not buying a course. I can do this myself. Courses don't work. A lot of people even think that, there's always these people on YouTube. They're always like, Amazon's too saturated, too late, too competitive, not good, not a good business model. If it was easy, why isn't everyone making money with it and doing it? So what's your general opinion on that? I'm really interested, actually.
I think, people just, they get that mindset because so many people are saying that right now. There's a lot of YouTubers, like you mentioned, saying, oh, it's too competitive of a market. There's even on Reddit, people post that all the time. But I think, there's a lot of room for opportunity because there's new products that are coming out all the time. And, you know, there's the opportunity to piggyback off of some of those products and make them better and, you know, push out a product of your own.
Yeah, I think if you're able to find a product, even if you can create one that you is an original product where there's no other competition, that's ideal. That is, I will say, significantly harder than doing private labeling. But even with private labeling, you can be really successful just by finding one that's doing really well and changing certain aspects of it certain flaws maybe that they might have. Maybe their pictures suck, and you can, you know, just upgrade that, and that alone will get you more sales than the other competitors.
Right. So you would say that Amazon, if you started today, obviously Amazon would be the business that you would start if you started from zero today, right?
Yeah, without a doubt. Even if we were new sellers today, I would still say we definitely start with Amazon.
Yeah, and obviously people say I'm biased, but like I would say obviously agree, because the business that I started with was Amazon. I didn't get into Shopify. I had the choice, Shopify or Amazon, but Shopify seemed too hard because of the Facebook ads and learning all that. So on Amazon, you know, you just have to figure out, find a good product, launch it, all that stuff, which obviously I talk about in Ecom Freedom. Cool, good stuff. Well, thank you so much for being on the channel. Thank you, MJ and Taylor. And yeah, it was really, really helpful. Thank you.
All right,
Great meeting you. Thank you very much.
So that was MJ and Taylor. They both built an incredibly successful business on Amazon. And as you've heard in this interview, they both started with basically no knowledge of Amazon FBA. The course that they joined is my program, Ecom Freedom Amazon FBA. Basically, we're the best in the industry. You know, you can look at all the success interviews on my channel. And also, I think we probably have one of the best prices too. So if you want to join the exact same course with the exact same mentorship as MJ and Taylor, and you want to build a successful Amazon FBA business and start making passive income, then you can go ahead and click on the link down below. There's a link to a 7-day free trial to actually try out the course. We decided to do that to really show off the quality of the course and really show you, you know, just how good it is. You're going to be able to see that once you get into it. It's zero risk. You can cancel anytime during the first 7 days if you don't like it. And also, you're going to be able to lock in at the price it's at right now, because Ecom Freedom will be going up in price to $2,000. We're actually going to be doing that for the Shopify course as well. And the reason why we're doing that is because we want to attract a higher quality student in the course. We want to make sure that we have successful people in the course. We want to make sure that we have people that are actually building businesses. They actually become successful, just like MJ and Taylor. They take it seriously. And then later on, I'm planning on building a mastermind of successful e-commerce brands where we're going to, you know, meet up several times in a year and really just mastermind, share ideas. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. You can leave a comment down below, and I'm going to make sure to answer as many as I can. And you can also add me on Instagram at Dan Vass, and that's the best way to reach me. You can send me a DM on there, and I answer DMs. I think it's one of the best ways to stay in touch with my audience. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.